Hello.
We're back in the studio.
We're here. We're here live and in concert.
We operate in concert.
Oh, we do.
As a team.
In tandem.
As a pair.
As an entertainment collective,
if you will.
I will.
A collective of two. I have.
Two is a collection.
Quite frankly, I have.
You know, last I checked, having one of something is the start of a collection.
It is a collection. It's a collection of one.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to the I was to the Hell Yeah podcast, but like the Hell Yeah podcast gold signature collection, where you could get our top 10 episodes on gold-plated CD for just $19.95 plus shipping and handling.
Can we do one of the old school commercials?
Yeah,
like I love those.
Why don't we?
I used to love like when it would get like the wee hours of the morning when like you weren't supposed to be awake, but you were like, watching TV.
Because it felt like you were getting bonus TV.
Right.
And it was never good. It was never thing you wanted.
Right. Like the whole thing is like infomercials. I loved it though. I didn't want to buy any of it. I just loved it. I love infomercial logic. I love all that shit.
Oh, absolutely. We should. That'd be really fun, actually. I don't even think that'd be that hard. We could probably just take an existing one and then just dub over it and then just do like a couple little edit. We could do this.
Okay, yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Okay, yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. That's content creation, baby.
That's why we're a collective.
We're a collective. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the
Hell Yeah
podcast. Stop. Brought to you by 97-degree heat on my way over here.
Yeah. And it's fine.
Yeah. Caffeine.
So I got my test results back. Everything's fine. I'm doing great.
I love that for you.
Not looking, like it looks like I'm not going to have a slow and torturous future of muscular degeneration, which is pretty cool. So, so I guess
you will once you die.
Well, of course, but that's a quick one. That degradation is pretty quick.
In the cosmic sense, it's much quicker.
It's but a blip. But a whisper. Just a grain of sand on the beach.
Oh yeah, just a little, it's just a little duck passing across the little road. It's a little something.
Some say. Those ducks. So I'm back on my blue raspberry bullshit, and it's a lovely time. Ooh,
it's been a hot minute since I've had one of these.
Speaking of caffeine.
Plus ice.
Sparkling. These don't even have that much caffeine, which is lovely and delightful. Yesterday. Nope. Day before? I don't know.
John Yesterday.
Time isn't real.
Creator of the Yesterday.
Day before yesterday. Friday.
John Yesterday.
John Yesterday's yesterday. Yesterday's John Yesterday.
Of course.
John Yesterday's yesterday. John. Yep.
John Yesterday, which is John Tomorrow's tomorrow, John Tomorrow.
You're on something there. Friday.
They won't tell you that.
Friday. I got my tests done.
More like Friday after these results.
Right? Am I right? Am I right, ladies? Got my test results done.
Yeah.
And luckily it was one of the ones where since the neurologist was doing it right then, he was able to literally just say, here's your results.
Piss is piss.
While I'm there, he's like, you pissed in my mouth. It tasted good. You're going to be fine.
Celiac.
So got the test results done. He's like, nope, you're good.
Is that a hint of does mesothelioma run in your family?
It's 93. That's a good vintage.
Carrier.
So he's literally like, yeah, the test results are fine. You're good. Like, you're looking good. The problems that you've got, you can address with just, lots of exercise and stuff. Because, without getting too far down the rabbit hole, I already talked about it a little bit.
Get far down it.
I'm going to dive headfirst into the cool waters.
I want you to prolapse this little rabbit hole for me.
That makes the hole come out.
Well, because
but then
because we went so deep that then we have to pull out of it for breath air.
When you gotta push that sock back in, like a floop.
Yeah. Oh, floop.
You gotta really get it back in there.
Tim had told me that he's like, yeah, have you ever heard of a pink sock?
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like,
oh yeah.
That's not supposed to be like that.
No, it's really not.
I don't understand the hot appeal to it. Yeah, it's
too visceral.
I'm like, whoa, this is too much. This is too much for
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm all for everybody do what they want as long as everybody's on board. But I don't know that there's a way to do that safely. It seems unsafe.
I don't know what the obviously they're still alive, they can,
right. But you can spank somebody and that's fine. You go, who's your daddy?
course you're daddy.
You can choke someone for a while, and as long as you're not too bad, like they're fine. They'll come back from it. But like, I don't know.
And really, even with choking, it's more of you just want to like pin
just
with
want the
maybe a
feeling.
little bit of slight pressure, but more so that you're pinned, not that you're like pushing on the larynx.
Yeah, most of the time you're not literally trying to like crush the throat. That's what my thighs are for. But yeah, I don't think the insides are supposed to come outside. And I don't know that there's a healthy way to do that.
And that's why I think that rescinding lockdown was wrong.
That part.
No, I get it. I feel you.
I don't remember how we got there, but health problems.
Yes.
So, not prolapse. Don't worry, my hole's great.
Oopsies.
Told you.
Prolapsed asshole.
The size of a pore. You couldn't even find it. Get out your magnifying glasses. As a result of the horrible medication fiasco.
Advil, yeah.
Oh god, it's so hard. I took 3 Advil and I was just bedbound for weeks. Now,
yo, dude, I've been getting fucked up on this Tylenol. What's good?
Yo, you heard of Tylenol PM?
Yo, we rolling tonight. We got that Advil. Or no, not the Advil. We got the Aleve.
Aleve? Oh, bitch.
We're taking 6 soft gels. You partying tonight or what?
So, yeah, it did like all kinds of muscle degradation over my entire body. The thing of that had me concerned was it affected basically every muscle, even muscles that you wouldn't really like think of most of the time. So like if you're like laid out on the couch for a week, like your legs are gonna get weaker, your arms are gonna get weaker because you're not using them. Well, the problem is like that was an aspect of it that I was like laid out, but the other aspect of it was that like the drug combination was literally just damaging muscle across the board, including the ones that would not have atrophied from just laying down. So like your diaphragm, your lungs, your grip strength, things like that normally wouldn't have gone away, they were going away.
Yeah.
So needed to make sure that was a result of that and not
they were weak
something
little
more serious.
pissant baby muscles, right?
Right.
Hence the degradation.
Exactly. So then like Mr. Doctor Man was like, yeah, it's not something worse. It's just something that like you're going to need to work the strength back up, even in places that you wouldn't have thought to have to work on before, like diaphragm strength, grip strength.
Which, although a little bit like, oh, fuck, man, really? It's also kind of nice because it's like, well, shit, like, thank you for letting me know.
Exactly. I was like, well, thank God I know that.
That probably explains that you're not like, why do I feel so fucking weak? And it's like, oh, no, hey, like, it's okay, but just know you have to work that up. And you're like, oh, okay, I should be feeling like this.
Oh,
okay.
I can fix this. Great. Yeah. I'm just going to have to work on things that I haven't had to work on, muscles I haven't had to get back before. It basically is like, you kind of need like PT.
Yeah.
All that to say.
They make a car for that.
Yeah, I'm cruising.
The PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
Jerry used to call it the PT Winner.
Work.
Because Vinny would call it a GT Loser or PT Loser, which is a vibe.
You know when you're getting into it
into a PT Cruiser.
When you're getting into it in the PT Cruiser, and he's like, "You gonna be loud for me?" And you're like, "I'm just gonna turn around and honk the horn."
I'm your little bruiser.
Anyway,
you call me the PT Bruiser.
So need to start working out. No time like the present. I get the results. I'm like, let's go home and work out. Now
I feel like you've been at the point too where you're like, I'm tired of being like sick and tired of weak. Like I can tell that it's frustrated you. That it's almost like, now I work out because I fucking can. Bitch.
Yeah. I have lost. I was never like a fucking like bodybuilder, but like I've lost so much muscle, and I'm like, no. And so then as soon as he was like, yeah, go for it, you're good, I was like, yes. So I came home, and I was like, I'm cleared for caffeine. You know what's a good idea if I'm gonna work out? You
really said, oh, should I like reintroduce myself slowly, or should I fucking raw dog a whole dosage?
So I thought that the best.
This explains the picture I received.
I thought the best thing to do would be to, partake in a pre-workout Celsius.
That is, I believe, actually what
it is. A pre-workout beverage, and just like pound
any beverage.
Just fucking pound it out for an hour and a half. Turns out, when you haven't had any caffeine for upwards of like a month and a half, and then you decide to pound 200 milligrams of caffeine in about a minute on an empty stomach and then work out, body don't like that. Definitely threw up.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. It's not often you get the caffeine pukes, but yeah.
Oh, it got me. And so I literally threw up, and I was like, oh, that was gross. I haven't thrown up in so long. back to the workout. And then I got to use that mirror that I had put on the ceiling. Delightful. You can watch your form when you're doing sit-ups, when you're doing bench presses and everything. It's lovely.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, it feels more like it would be more motivating, almost, because it's just like, oh, like yeah, like I'm working out, but it's like, oh no, like having the mirrors everywhere. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
I
like
love it.
I've been talking to Josh. I'm like, Josh, we should put a mirror in like on the opposite wall.
Yeah, it genuinely is motivating for me.
Yeah, I was like.
It also really helps with form.
Well, yeah, because like you can see your own form,
especially if you don't have someone else there. Like you and Josh are together at least, like you can potentially like see it. But like it's just me in there, so it's like a lot of times like you're doing the workout and like you don't even realize that like you're like off or something because like it's going fine.
Well, you have your own like internal balance too. Like I know for me personally, like I am technically like slightly off is what's balanced to me. Like I have like a little tilt to the right for my head, so like a lot of times like I'll be off balance, so I'm like, no dude, I'm perfectly in line, right? And it's like, no, adjust, and it's like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah, so there's mirrors all over that workout room. The one on the ceiling is a delight. I am enjoying it. It's a great time. But yeah,
I love that for you. I think that's great.
These ones sit a lot better than a Celsius. And then bing bang boom.
A little easier on your tummy. Yeah. You don't want a tummy bummy.
No
bummer summer,
not
baby.
Again.
No. And how could you?
How could I be expected to?
You shouldn't.
You're right.
And you won't.
Yep.
And I love that.
I do too. How you been?
I'm good. I did that. I had a whole big boy journey.
Okay. Yeah.
Very proud of myself in a like. I did the thing and I just said fuck it, full send it, and just did all of it.
I'm gonna flip and send it.
Yeah. Well, like, so we were talking about the cat doors, I think last time on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want it because
so
like
cute,
I want to shut my door. Yeah.
The little handle.
Did you install the doorstop?
I didn't, because mine, like, the hinges are stiff enough that it's not really an issue on mine. I was going to, but I was like, it doesn't really swing, so it's fine.
No. I did, and it wasn't because it swings. Or not because I expected it to swing, but rather he's a dickhead. Yeah, he's a player.
Yeah, I mean, I kept it because it may come to that, but right now he does not really he doesn't like jiggle doors. He doesn't do that kind of stuff.
So I guess, yeah, I mean, you're good.
I've got it ready.
It was a pain though, because like you have to like stick it, you put it on and then you stick it, but the stick is not great, and like it's just meant so that you could like do it.
Just a sight.
But if it's just you and you're one person, like it was a lot harder to like get it to stay without moving, because you're like, I can't let it move too much.
Right. How could you?
And you screw it into the door. Like you fucked that up. You fucked it up good. Yeah. But well, I wanted to do it. And I was like, okay, I got the kid in, got it in the morning, and I was like, perfect. Icarus. Yeah, Icarus flying too close to the Palatina's sweet, sweet bosom. Breast. Something I would do.
Breast.
She's great. Yeah, you know what? There's nothing wrong with some good breasts. I'll just say.
No, there's nothing wrong with them.
No. Anyway.
You ever think about getting Eiffel Towered by Pitt and Dark Pit? Who's in the front? Dark Pit. No, Dark Pit's in the back. Actually, I think they play against type, and I think Dark Pit is in front.
I think Dark Pit's in the back, but that's because Pitt wants to look you in the eyes.
I think
like he needs the intimacy.
I think the real secret is that
they're both in the back.
Pitt is the pig bottom, and Dark Pit is the dom top. I hate to tell you that, but I think that's the tea.
Pig bottom?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Like a raunch pig bottom.
You added more to it without explaining it.
I think the words kind of say it. You've seen the SNL sketch, Dirty Little Pig Boy Comes from the Dirt.
Well, yeah.
Pig bottom. Sloppy, messy pig bottom.
Oh, okay.
Taking it, likes it nasty.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're the Cold Stone Creamery.
Dick pig bottom, if you will. Although I don't know. I don't know Pitt like that.
That's fair.
His name's Pitt.
Brad.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There was this like song that I listened to.
Yeah.
A popular pop song that then a small creator on YouTube does remixes of, where he then adds his own verses, and he does some talented wordplay. And one of the bits of wordplay that he does is he rhymes something with pit, and he says, "I want to be under your pits like Brad."
Oh, that's good.
Sexual.
You know, Sex in the City, I'm out here like Carrie Bradshaw. It's a good one too by my girl Ian. So I understand her creative wordplay in YouTube remixes.
Of course.
I'm here for it.
Of course.
I don't remember what I was saying before. Oh, I built this cat door. It was a whole fucking experience, but I was so proud of myself.
I have something to say about YouTube remixes. But
No, go. Because I'll remember the cat door. It's the Meow Mansion Manor. I can't forget it. So tell me about the remixes.
Okay, so not actually remix exactly, but... So
Remix.
Like, if you will.
Did you know you can make a setting so that it automatically...
Auto-remix?
Yeah.
Oh, how do I?
Yeah, I think we could do it actually while we're talking.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway.
So, maybe output? Or not. So, way back. When I was a trifle wild, my spirit would just run away with me. As a youngin' upon the internet, automatically remixed MP4. As a child of the internet, riding the bus, 5th grade.
Wild it out.
Right. It was like, well, not 5th grade because that was too young because like none of us had like internet on our phones. We didn't have, well, because phones couldn't do internet yet. So it was actually like more like middle school, maybe like 7th grade, and it still wasn't. We didn't have internet. But it was like you'd go home and like download a video and put it onto like on my Zune.
Oh yeah, so that would be like 2000. That would have been like 6th to 7th grade because I remember in 8th grade, Zach got the Voyager when Droid was the big thing. And like he got the Voyager, which was like not a smartphone yet.
Yep.
But like he could watch SpongeBob on it.
Right.
And like he could get TV. He had to pull out the antenna and everything. Yes. And it was like, this is the newest piece of technology.
Oh my God. That the fear.
This could launch a spacecraft.
The fear that that the youth will never understand that existed for about like a 4-year period
that our
in
Social
our
Security
lives.
money we've been paying won't actually get paid to us.
No, they'll know about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, not if they remove it from the books. Anyway, continue.
That like 4 or 5 year period, very particular to our generation. The primal fear that would hit you in your gut when you accidentally hit the internet button on your phone, and you're like, my parents will eviscerate me if I don't.
Because it's like
throw
a
my phone out the window
$19.99
right
a
this
minute
second.
charge or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Or they made you feel like it.
Oh yeah. So anyway, back in the era of like early YouTube, downloading videos onto your Zune to show the friends the next day. There were some classics, the Hamster Dance, Cotton Eye Joe, Oshkosh,
Green Bay,
things of that sort. I had a memory of there was a video, and I couldn't remember what it was. All I could remember was the video itself was someone had taken that like intro cinematic for Super Smash Brothers Melee, which is quite long for what it is. It's like 2 minutes.
It's a banger.
It's 2 minutes long. It's amazing. Someone had taken that.
That's where they got the inspiration for Amiibos.
Someone had taken that video, and they had overlaid. At the time, I didn't know what it was. I couldn't place it, but it was. I just knew it as like an anime song. Played it over top of it, and they looped the song multiple times, and it was almost like a weird like build, almost like a challenge video of like, this video loops this song 9 times. Can you handle how annoying it is? To like the Super Smash Bros. Melee video in the background. The song and Super Smash Bros. Melee, completely unrelated. No relation, but they put it on top of it, and so they just looped the video and looped the song 9 times. Not even the same length. The video gets looped like 12 times, and the audio gets looped 9 times. I have no idea why any of this was made. Okay. But I found it.
But this was the one way you found it, yeah.
As a child, we stumbled upon it as a result of, going off hams to
that was an old school website. Stumble upon. That was fun.
Blogspot, anyone? So somehow got in, like in YouTube chain, Numa Numa, you end up eventually at this song. Listen to it all the time on the bus because it was funny because we were like, haha, this song sucks. Let's listen to it on loop because kids. Yeah. It suddenly hit me like violently 2 days ago that I was like, what was that video? What was that song? What was it? What were the lyrics? I don't know. I just know it's Super Smash Brothers Melee
Like, what
with a
was the
song in the background.
What was that fucking song?
So I'm scouring my brain and I'm searching over and over and over again. I'm looking through like YouTube history doesn't go back that far. We're talking like 18 years.
Yeah.
It don't go back that far.
18 years. She got you for 18 years.
I don't know what
If you knock a chick out, I don't know, some song. I think it's Kanye.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Just keep going.
So
That was for Jordan and Jason.
all I know is it's like an anime-ish song,
Mhm.
which is not a branch of music. That's just me like not knowing what else to call it.
Yeah, like it's most likely, just from what I've heard, one, it's probably Neon Genesis Evangelion, or two,
It's not though.
it's just surprising, or which is a Cruel Angels Thesis. But it's
'Cause
typically
I
like
do know that one.
anime OSTs, like the original soundtracks. Like you don't have to like anime to like a lot of these bangers.
Songs bop.
They're fucking bops. If you
fucking
view
bop.
the intro as just a music video, then
Yeah.
like you're like, oh, okay, I like anime now. It's like, yeah. You don't got to carry out the plot.
So I was like, I have to find it. And then I was actually, so that memory came back to me like 2 weeks ago. And I tried to think about it then, and I tried to search it. I was like, Super Smash Brothers Melee video anime, blah, 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 blah. Could not find it. I was like, fuck, I'm fucked. I was driving home from something on... No, I was driving home on... Someone left a comment on one of these videos where they were like, hey, you should try this blue raspberry stuff that Great Value makes from Walmart.
That's right,
And
I
so
saw
I
that
was
one.
like, okay, I'll go try it. So I went and bought it that night. I had to go down to a Walmart, like way down in, like in
Cohenix, yeah.
in an area that I wouldn't normally go to. But I was like, it was the only one in Arizona that I could find that seemed to be selling it. So I was like, sure, I'll go on a little road trip. So I drove on down there. Somehow, as I was driving home from that, the lyrics started to come back to me. And I was like, oh my God, I think I'm starting to remember. And I was like,
Brain
and I
blast.
was like, what were those words? And I'm like, I think it was like Waka Flocka. I was like, no, that's not it. That's a recording artist. But then I was like, na, 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 na. And then like, you know how like you start to get the music, but you're like, you're not getting the lyrics, and you're like, oh fuck, this is worse. Because now it's like, you can't search like a na, 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 na. Like, and I'm like,
It's like
come
we
on.
did the whole caramel dancing bit, and I only just in the last week or two learned what caramel dancing was. I'm like, I apparently I knew it. I didn't know that I knew it. I had never seen it,
Right.
and I never knew that's what it was.
Yeah.
But like I knew it, like my
Yeah.
heart did, because I'm like, dun, 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 dun. Anyway, we can't keep getting distracted. I want to know what the song is now. You got me
It
good.
finally hits me, and I was like, it's Waka Laka.
Waka Laka.
Waka Laka. So I get onto YouTube and I look up SSBM Waka Laka, and it comes up a video from 13 years ago, a repost. The original is gone, but someone downloaded it through Google Video, is what they said in the description. They were like, couldn't find anyone else who posted the whole thing, so I downloaded it and put it back up. They posted this 13 years ago. This is a repost 13 years ago from however long ago it disappeared. And it's the song. It's 13 minutes of this same fucking song looped over and over and over again. Also, the first couple times it loops the video, they like write the lyrics at the bottom. Lyrics are fine. It's just like, happy fun music. In some of the later loops, they just start writing commentary on like the Super Smash Bros. Melee like video. Some of the comments are a little not great.
How long is this video?
13 minutes long. It loops the song 9 times.
Because I kind of want to know.
I will play a little tiny bit just so people know.
Well, we could.
I don't know that we should play the whole thing though, because it might actually get like copyright.
No, I just meant we could pause.
Oh, so you can see it?
Yeah.
So you can see the whole thing?
Well, I guess if you're just gonna show me on your phone, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like I was just thinking, I'm like, oh, like we could though, but like also, yeah, you're right. I'm like, I don't want to like play it for too long, and then like, there's whatever. It will never leave your head. Lyrics will be provided. Okay, I get it. Yeah, that's sweet. But that's amazing that you did figure it out? Like or it came to you?
I was so fucking excited. And then I listened to it. I hadn't heard it in literally probably 18 years. I knew every single word. I sang the entire fucking song on the drive home. I'm like singing it, and I listened to the whole 13 minutes, and I sang the whole thing.
Every time.
I was like, oh my God, I remembered. It came back. It's amazing.
That's a fun time.
Yeah.
I could already tell that the video's annoying.
Oh, it's so annoying.
I get
like it was one of those things where it started as a joke. We would like force each other to watch it, like haha. But then like at some point the joke stopped being a joke.
Yeah, because now it's just a fond memory of like, like we used to joke about this all the time, and like that's just it's just fun. Like
it's like the hamster dance song is not actually a good song.
No, not at all.
But it's a great song.
It's great.
Yeah,
it's the hamster dance.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was a delight. It was such a refreshing thing to actually remember something.
Right.
Like genuinely, like to have it creep back in. When I was most terrified was when I could remember like the sound of the song, but not the words. So I was like, that's literally the worst fucking thing.
You gotta try like Shazamming that shit or something.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't do this. But then I found it, and I was like, oh my God.
Which that just reminded me the memory of another banger song, the Kazoo Kid Trap remix.
Yes.
Can we hear more Kazoo?
Wait a second.
Who are you? Oh, so good. I love that kid.
Fun. How are you?
Podcast. That's a Hell Yeah podcast memory.
Cool podcast memory.
Hell yeah. So I went to the cat door. So I went to I was like, all right, I'm gonna go and do this shit. I'm gonna do it today. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna stop being like nervous. I'm like, I don't need help.
You're gonna be go for Steve.
I'm gonna be go for Steve. Goddamn right. Because I was like, well, I'm like I was worried about like, what if I fuck it up? And it's like, I'll just buy another door. It's fine. Yeah. And like, because I like in my head, I'm like, how much could a door be? Like $800?
There are $800 doors.
Correct.
Interior
crocodile,
hollow core, basic white
door. Yeah,
door. Not $800.
As someone who has never needed to purchase one, how would I know? Thank you. You understand?
How could you know?
I am afraid of what I do not know, but yet I do not have the courage to just we'll find out the answer, and then you can reassess.
True.
So I got up, and I ended up.
All get up.
Yep, they all get up.
It'll be anarchy.
Yeah.
Jordan loves to quote that. Loves to quote that line from Breakfast Club. If he gets up, we'll all get up. It'll be
anarchy. He gets all excited on the anarchy. I do remember that. Yeah.
He do love that.
That's it. Oh man, he's blading.
I miss Jordy. It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, hang out with Jordan soon. That'd be fun. So I went to Lowe's.
More like blows.
Yeah. Yeah, where is it? Where's the... Oh, we don't have... Yeah. There we go. Well, I went to Lowe's because I looked online, and I'm like, all right, so I need a jigsaw if I'm going to cut it through the door.
Right.
And I looked online, and it's like, yeah, you're spending like $90 at minimum for one. And I'm like, I don't want it. And they're like, you can get a corded one for $30. And I'm like, that's literally all that I need.
More power anyway.
Didn't even think about that.
Generally more consistent torque.
I have learned from my experience with this that there are easier ways to do things and other things that I should purchase to make future endeavors easier, because I do plan on getting at least one more of these cat doors for my office because keep the door closed but let him in and out. Was going to possibly put one on my sister's door, but like not really sure just yet. So we'll see, because it's like, I don't know what I want to do just yet. So
you gotta feel it out.
Exactly. I'm like, at the very least, like I use this, so like this makes sense to me. And I'm like, all right, so I'll go to Lowe's. First thing that happens is I forget exactly what I came for.
Of course.
Because there are 6 little lights in a kit for $30. And I went, I want them.
Yes.
Because my sister purchased, I'm sure you've seen them, the little like black obelisks. Yeah. Which are good, except that like I've kicked them, like they're on both sides. It's not great, and they're not that bright. When they work, they're nice, but they don't tend to work all that well. Yeah. So I was just thinking about it the night before when I took Lucy out on like her 3rd walk that day. I've been walking a lot. Every morning walk is nice, but also just like, I'm like, man, I'm like stressed. I don't know what to do. And it's like, I'm just going to go walk for a bit. It's weird in terms of like, I never thought of it before. And it's like, yeah, like you just go out and just walk. And it's like, yeah, you can just do it. Like, go get some head. Like, I mean, I pace all the time anyway. So like,
do you say go get some head?
Oh, no, go clear your head is what I meant. I'm sorry. Go get, well, yeah, I haven't scored yet in that regard. No head on my morning walks just yet, but I'll keep you posted.
It just got me because, like, clearly that wasn't what you meant to say because you said it earnestly, not as a joke, because you were just like, yeah, you know, go get some head. And then it's just like, wait, what?
Yeah, I go to the park.
I go to the park
and I get head. Yeah, it's the morning walking crew.
Listen, when you're up in your head, only one way to get out. Someone else gets on.
Yeah, goddamn right. Bless up. Bless the fuck up. No, so all that, like, you know, it's been nice, been good, whatever. I'm like, cool. I saw someone with these lights. Yeah. And I realized I couldn't be myself.
And steal them.
No, but like to ask this guy at like 7:30 at night.
Hi, yes, hello.
Hi, yes, hello. Can I ask you a question? Because one, that is me, but also two, I'm like, this guy's just trying to put his groceries away. He doesn't care. But I'm like, God, I'm staring at his lights for too long. He probably thinks like I'm being weird. I'm like, should I tell him that I'm not trying to be weird? I'm like, no. You know what, Steve? You try to do that a lot. And then people just end up...
it makes it worse.
It makes it a lot worse, actually, majority of the time. So maybe just move on with it and just forget about it until you bring it up later. And like the rest of us. So I went there. So immediately, I already am holding something that I did not come here for.
That's the wonder of going to a home improvement store.
It was the first thing. Like I walked through the sliding, like through the doors, and it was right there on the left. And I went, I gotta get them. It's a sign. Like I was just thinking about these. They're right here. Like perfect. And then I was like, okay, cool.
I love buying things I didn't go there for at a home improvement location.
Yes,
it's delightful.
I have started to learn and understand why you can get lost in the home improvement store.
There's a joy in it. There's a freedom.
You start thinking, because then I was like, oh, I'm like, okay, well, it's like, well, I gotta make my way over to where the jigsaws are, but like that's going to be like the biggest thing. So I'm like, well, I'll just kind of like, it's like, oh, I'm like, my gloves, I have like work gloves that I use for all the weeds and stuff, but like they're starting to get a little worn down. And I was like, okay. So then I spent 10 minutes in front of the gloves looking at all of them. And I'm like, there's these really cool grip ones, but they're like $10 for a single grip glove. I'm like, cause like, oh, like a lot of grip. Like, and like, you know, I'm like, what's the difference between the men's and the women's? And I'm like, they're pink is really what it feels like.
Right.
It's not really like, it's just like whatever. Yeah. And so I'm like trying to figure out like the best like price point to like, I want the best quality gloves without spending too much. And I'm like, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna grab these ones because they seem like pretty decent. And then like the guy was like, hey, do you need any help? It was a little bit later, and I was like, yeah. I'm like, I'm looking for, like, I was like, I'm like looking for the jigsaws. He's like, right back there. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, it's like, hey, I'm like, so I wanted to get gloves. Like, is this a good pair? Like, would you recommend it? And he goes, I'll be honest. He's like, as long as they do what you need them to do, then they're good gloves. He's like, but if they don't, just come back and get a different pair because they're all like $10, $15. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Now that I get like, I think I'm pretty sure I'm overthinking it of like, I need to have like someone who says these are good.
Right.
Cause I don't know, like, cause what if they're not? And it's like,
it's
bro, they're all
it's gloves, man.
They're not meant, like, you're not going to be able to keep these gloves forever because like, if you're using them, like that's the whole point.
Glove gonna die.
That's why you use the glove and then you get new gloves. That's also probably why the gardening gloves and stuff are affordable because like,
you're gonna burn through.
You're gonna burn through. Like as if they're good gloves, you will burn through them. If they're bad gloves, they will never get burned through because you wouldn't wear them.
Because you won't wear them.
Learn something new. Bought the jigsaw, found it. There's 3 at this location apparently for the corded one, and it was like way down low, and I had to like find it, and I was worried for a minute. I'm like, fuck, man, because I'm like, I'm not spending $200 on a jigsaw that I plan to use once, maybe twice. Once, maybe twice. One thing I do want to invest in soon to TM.
Crypto.
Yeah. I'm thinking now's a good time.
Yeah.
No, but a cordless power drill. Because like because mine is trash.
Yeah.
It is hell. And there's no being nice about it. It was $30.
And it's every penny of it.
No, it's not.
You're right. It's really not.
It's not. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
In no way is it good, but it's because the difference between like that and then like a wireless one is so much more.
Yeah.
Like, because you
like,
have the freedom.
Life, you need a drill. You need a good drill.
You realize, I've started to realize and understand that, like, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you only got to pay for it once, though, realistically.
There also are tools that not everybody needs. Like, a lot of people wouldn't need a jigsaw. A lot of people don't need a table saw. Everybody can get very good use out of a drill. It's good to just have a good cordless drill.
I think if you have a cordless drill, you then now can find more opportunities to use it as well. Like, oh, yeah, I have tools that I could do to this. Like, I've been thinking about like the wall above my coffee or my dining table, and like I just keep looking at it, and I'm like, it's just blank, just big blank wall, and I'm like, I need to put something there. I'm like, I can't think of what to put there, and I'm like, that means I got to get something to put there. I'm like, I want to put those little shelves I have there, and I got to put something in the middle, and I'm like, I think I know what I want to get, but I'm like, I'm always thinking about it when I'm in the middle of something I can't do. Yeah. So it's like, it's a little rough. Yeah. Anyway, all that to say, good trip. Got stuff I didn't need, which was perfect. Well, actually, I guess I didn't need it. I didn't have a high priority need for it.
You got something you didn't go there for.
Correct. But it's like, no, I will absolutely use all of this. A little trash can for my office, some duct tape, just because, you never know. And, you know, got everything in it. Loud. Exactly. The implication. And I cut the door, and you gave me good advice, which was, I was like, did you just like do it on the door? Because I'm like, well, that'd be easier, right? Because I don't have to take it off the door. And it's like, well, with the jigsaw, like you got to like angle it. It's like, it'd be easier. I thought, that's fine. I'll just, oh, fuck me, dude. We got, Sin had sent us two little package envelope things, and I left them on my island. And I know this because I had originally gotten them, and I had opened up the first one because like they sent them to me like at my house. I opened up the first one. I was like, oh, they had sent me something. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I need to like do the cat door, put them down, and then took off the door, slap that fucker on the island, and then, forgot about it, and then continued to forget about it until now. Yeah. So my apologies, Sin. And so I popped that fucker on there, and I was like, oh God, I'm doing like the paper, doing all of it. And I was like, God, there's some of my lines, like my cut isn't perfect. Am I fucked? Am I fucked if the cut isn't perfect? And I realized that I didn't even think about how like you have to screw them in regardless. And that like, even because I was like, I put the paper of whether the hole is on the frame, and it's the size of the frame. So that doesn't make sense. And it's like, well, it's going to go up a little bit. And then like, that's it. That's perfect. You use more about the width really than like the top part. And then I was able to like install it and put it all up, and I put the door back up. It was heavy. Like
they can get heavy.
Because you're trying to, well, it's like you got to.
Unwieldy.
Sometimes it's like, man, I really wish I did have a second person around. Just to, like, I'm like, or just a third arm is really it. Like, I just need one extra something to like keep
or a
up.
Silent person with one arm.
Correct. That's fine. I will take that. It's effectively the same.
Yeah.
And they obey me.
Well, that's intuitive. That's a given. And it's a taken.
You're not supposed to speak although spoken to, of course.
That part. Children should be seen and not heard.
Yeah, so I did all of that, and that was very fun. I was very proud of it, and he was real happy, and I like that I can like open it and shut it. Not that I ever would.
I know, but I love that door. I've already shut mine.
Yeah?
When I'm like, it's private bedroom time.
Yeah.
We lock his little door.
That's fun.
We go, you can't come in right now. It's me time. It's me time. It's not me and cat time. It's me time. So I lock his door. And I say, you stay out. It's me time. And he's trapping on that bridge. He's rapping on the glass. And I'm like, me time.
Daddy, it's cold outside.
And I said, get a blanket. It's me time.
Ooh, time for me to commit some sins. I better shut the little door so the little man doesn't come
Just that little lock.
God can't see you if you shut the meow man.
Shut the little door. He can't catch you.
I just imagine too that he comes up, he's like, Meow, and then like, because you have to like, you shut it and then you have to turn it to lock it in place. It's just, Meow. You're like, I'm busy, buddy.
I'm busy. Me time. Not womp time.
It's thwomp time.
It's thwomp time. It's thwomps and womps and twimps and wimps. That's what time it is.
Damn. Okay. Sheesh. You got a whole smorgasbord. I hope it doesn't leave you bored.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully
not.
I don't think so.
Nope, not gonna talk about that.
See? It's fun.
We'll keep that to me time. Yeah,
They'll be discussed behind closed little doors. Little closed doors.
Oh my god. This morning, what is it?
I just kind of realized something.
What?
I understand.
Understand what?
Sometimes you gotta close the little door.
It's me time. It's me time. Gotta close and lock a little door because it's me time.
You are entitled to some privacy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm aware.
This morning.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing shorts. 97 degrees out.
Yeah. Shorts and flip flops over here.
Short weather. I like my shorts.
Thighs out.
Fairly short.
Guys out. Thighs out.
Yeah, I like my shorts fairly short. I did something.
You don't like your longs?
Not usually. I did something. The moment when I realized that shorts are called shorts because the full name of them is short pants.
Yeah, I hate it too.
I hate it. I hate this so
shorties.
much. Shorties.
Your shorts.
These are my short kings that I'm wearing.
And my Crocs.
So
These are my Crocs.
So I did something that I've never done, literally ever.
Apologize.
And I did. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not changing that. I this morning I was like, I need to go because we can't be on this podcast and not talk about piss. I was like, I gotta piss.
Oh yeah, you could have just said that. I don't know. Like yeah.
So I just walked on up to the toilet, and I was like,
the toilet.
yeah, and I was like, what if I don't pull my shorts down? What if I just like pull my dick out the pant leg and piss that way? And I did. And it was pretty cool.
You just rolled it out the pant leg and just let go. It worked.
Yeah, I just
I don't know why it wouldn't work.
pulled everybody up and back and pulled down,
like,
and
it just feels like so much more work. I will be honest.
it was so much less work. What are you talking about?
And just going like flop.
I didn't have to like pull anything down. You just pull it down.
Oh,
Honestly, it's about the same amount of work.
because like you have to like push it down and you have to like hold it because like you don't want to pull it down to where you don't have to hold it because then it's like that's uncomfortable. That's weird.
Right.
I'm tired. I want to do all that.
Right.
And like, but also like sometimes like your hand gets tired if it's a long pee and you're just like, fuck, man, come on.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I'll just like let it go a little bit. And then it like, if you start pushing up on your balls and then like, guess what? Now you're getting spray and also you're not getting those little drops out.
That part.
And like,
It was just a wild, like, I was like, this is my body and I can do what I want. And how weird that I've never done this before. And I did it.
Just achieved autonomy and just decided I can do
It was wild. I mean, like, you couldn't do that with pants, of course. I mean,
well,
not
you
even-
can.
I mean,
That's
even
the
with my cock,
zipper.
as long
You're
as it
supposed
is,
to
but-
like pull it out through the zipper.
Right. Which is just rotted.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's
wrong.
crazy. It's absolutely like coconuts. Like it's bananas.
It's cuckoo for Cocoa
It's
Puffs.
cuckoo.
Am I
Yeah,
right?
that's what I meant.
Am I right? It's coconuts.
It's coconuts. It's coconuts, man. That's crazy.
But yeah,
That's hysterical.
to the penis havers out there, maybe give it a try.
The penis wanners out there.
Well,
give it a try.
Yeah,
We can role play it.
give it a sample.
Hey, I don't know. Look, like you could just like flex the wad.
Sometimes
right?
you just gotta try different stuff with your body.
Look,
Your body can do amazing things. I went 29 years never having tried that.
Yeah.
And I never would have thought to.
I mean, I guess I didn't either.
Yeah. You haven't lived.
What's kind of like I mean, I guess like if you got the Vagoober, you could do it too, right? You have to aim more, but like you technically could
You
just
probably
like
have to pull things
kind of
farther.
like when you like look like a flip book.
right.
You just gotta flip book all your layers.
Well, I mean, if you got a skirt, you could just kind of.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Woo.
That's how it works, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
Those of you who have
In the locker rooms.
that
Or what
formation of urethra, that's how that works.
happened. What formation you running?
I'm drawing things on the board. We got X's and O's.
I took the line back.
Here's the play. But yeah, it was out of body experience that happened in my body
That is a delight.
and then came out of my body.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
I've been having some of those moments. I don't know if it's like
something in the air.
it's maybe
The pollen.
Yeah, could be. Well, I want to like continue on this, but yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck the other stories. If it's that funny, I'll remember it.
That is brave.
Yeah. Well, because I know what it is.
Work.
Yeah. My D&D friends came over yesterday. We played Magic. It was a very fun time. And then we were like, all right, we're going to play one last game. And I was like, okay, cool. It was like 5. And I was like, yeah, I told Denny, I'm like, hey, yeah, like I'm having friends over. Like we're playing like one last game, but we'll probably done at like 6:30.
Okay.
You know, like whatever. And I'm like, I'm going to play like a fun, like this little like ramp deck, whatever. It doesn't matter. My little drowsy dudes. Tom playing his bigger dragon deck. I'm like, we're playing one last game. Lauren's like, I'm going to play Grand Arbiter, which is a blue-white control deck. And his win con is all about getting this one card that he then plays, puts on his deck, 7 from the top, and in that same turn finds a way to get it back into his hand from 7 cards deep and play it again to win. Because you play it the second time it wins.
Work. Okay.
He could not find that card, and he could not get any of the pieces. But this entire time, he had so much of a lock on the game that he completely neutered Tom's ability to do anything. Where like any card you play, it costs 4 mana more to play. Everything costs so much more. It enters in tapped, no battlefield stuff. And it's like, that's great and all. And I'm like, are you going to win? And turns out we sat there. I shit you not. He took 20 minutes on one turn. Because he has so much shit going on.
Div.
Yeah, kind of. Well, no, but like I will say I love playing with them because they're both so smart and like they look at this game like they'll talk about like, do you see the line for like the combo to win?
Look at this
it's
fucking
like
line I take.
Like yeah, exactly. Like hey, like if you have the line, like and you're like yep, we got the line, like then we're good. Like you win. Like we don't need to go sit through all this.
We don't
get
need to
it.
play out. We can see you got it.
And like I am somebody who like I don't mind playing a long game, but like. I will say it was nicer being at my house because I can be more comfortable. It's my own home. I'm not at Tom's house, you know, where I have to like think about driving home. Right. But also, I'm at my own home, and I don't want to be rude like on my phone, but also like if you're gonna take 15, 20 minutes for this turn,
right?
Like, I got ADHD. I'm fucking bored.
Laundry needs doing.
I could do anything.
Dishes need done.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna take the trash out.
I didn't even poop. I didn't want to be rude.
Oh,
well, because I went after Lauren.
Right.
So, like, it's not like I could poop and then go. It's like I could. So
poop and then come.
Exactly. I wish. It takes a lot of time, and that's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with people taking a long time. And, like, in general, even with Lauren, like, I told him, I'm like, I don't mind playing against Arbiter.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I'm, like, fully understanding, like, okay, you're going to play Arbiter, I'm like, I'm going to play my Ninja deck that's a lot faster. Right. Because, like...
Fast gameplay.
Yeah, I want to play something that's fast. And my Eldrazi deck technically is one that, like, couldn't, like, it can ramp pretty good. It's all about, like, getting gas. So, like, I had all the land I could possibly have, almost.
A Baron.
And I could never get any spells or cast any spells because he could just counter it. Because he had he had his shit unlocked. But he couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, he has full control of the game, but nothing's happening in terms of, like you can't get anything out.
Yeah.
But, like, you're not losing. Yeah. Your health is still at 40. Like, I took 3 damage because I cracked 3 things to search my own stuff. So, like, through all of this. And then, like, he had just taken what had to have been, like, a 15, 20-minute turn. Like, there's no way. There's no way it wasn't that. I then, on my turn, like, I know that I can get, I can take a little longer. Or, like, in particular, like, Div, I'm really bad about, like, oh, I'll go like run real quick because there's always so much time. And then it's like the moment I step away, it's like, oh yeah, hey, all these other people just went boom, 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 boom. And now it's your turn and we're waiting on you. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Let's go. But I try to be quick and I'm like, I got to think. And a lot of times it's like, I can't think when it's not my turn because, well, there's all I need to know. Everything's happened. So I'm going to think now. There we go. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to figure out how to do something. And like, I end up realizing as I'm like, okay, can't really do much. I'm like, there's a line for me to not actually like have any impact, but I could play almost every card in my hand that he can't really counter to get a whole bunch of more mana onto the field. Okay. And I like figured it out, and I'm like trying to think of like, okay, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to ultimately have to shuffle 3 times. This is all going in my head. I'm like, is any of it important to me to have to shuffle 3 individual times, or can we just be good with like, I'm going to crack and shuffle, crack and shuffle, crack and shuffle, but like it's not going to affect anything and no one else will be affected. So I'm going to shuffle it once. I'm going to grab the 3, shuffle it, and like while I'm doing that, pass the turn so we can keep moving. And Lauren says to me, he goes, you know, because I'm like, I feel like I'd probably been taking a couple minutes, you know, because I'm trying to figure this out and make sure it's right in my head. And he's like, hey man, he's like, come on. Like, hey, like, you know, hey, let's like kind of keep it up, man. You know, taking a little long. Mm-hmm. And I am enraged.
She snapped.
Mm-hmm, because I'm like, yeah, no problem. Because I'm like, I'm self-conscious about taking too long. Uh-huh. And so I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, I'm taking too long. I'm so sorry that like I have to think about how many times I need to shuffle to save everyone else time that I'm taking that time. And I didn't say this because I'm just like, I don't want to like get into a fight. Yeah, I don't want to get into a fight or anything because like friends before, friends after. But like, I hope you rot in hell in the middle of the game.
Of course.
As you should. And like, so then like Tom goes, whatever. And like, that just stewed with me for a good hour because we kept going for an hour because it took an hour to keep going and get things done. And I'm just like, this fucking guy.
This little bitch.
And I kind of just had this realization. I'm like, you know what? We ever doing last games, he doesn't get to play this deck. I'm like, I am curious if when we were like, we're going to play one last game, he picks Arbiter because he knows that like we'll hang out longer because it will take a while.
Right.
I don't think that's the case.
Right.
Or if it is, like, I don't think it's necessarily a bad reason. Like,
there are worse things than to want to spend more time with one's friends.
Yes. But I'm also like, if we're saying that we're going to play one more game, like, I don't want that to then be the swan song. Like, I was supposed to go watch that anime with Denny, like at 6:30. That got delayed to 7, and then we didn't end up watching it till 8. And Steph joined us. It was a fun time. Uh-huh. It was a lot, and you know, fucking wild. But like, I'm like, I can tell Denny that like I got to keep delaying it because I got people at my house because like Denny's not in person. She can't yell at me.
Right. Yeah,
she can yell at me over the phone. That's fine. But like, she gets it. But because also, if I'm like, hey, I'm going to need more time, or like, you know, I know I was like, hey, I should be over like 11, like 1-ish, and then I wasn't able to leave till 2. Like, I'm like, I already know that like, you're going to be just like, well, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And then, you know, he'll let me know when he's over. Like, I know he's roughly coming around. So it's like, won't make big plans. But like, if I was going to be any later, I would have been like, oh, hey, it's this, blah, blah, blah. Like, here we go. So, you know, but you can do things to occupy your time. Yes. I cannot, as I am hosting and participating in this game.
Right.
So I just have to sit here. And then he finally gets it. I'm like, okay, cool, we're done. I'm like, thank God. I'm like, cool, we're done. Scoop. Like,
get out of my home.
I'm like, it's good for time for everyone to go home. And like, he's like, yeah. I'm like, 11. I'm like, I have no problem playing against Grand Arbiter the 4th. But we're doing one last game. You don't get to play this deck. I'm just telling you right now, I will play with you if you're going to play this deck. I will play against this deck anytime before it's supposed to be the last game. Because I'm like, it's been an hour and a half, and I like also like I had like gotten up. I did like my big long walk, and then I was like kind of tired. I was relaxing for about 20 minutes before I like called somebody and like realized, fuck, like they're here. I need to start getting ready and start getting like the house. I'm like, I didn't have any like cool down time, and then we played and hung out for 8 hours, and I thought it was gonna be like more like 4, which again is fine. I'm not that upset. I had a good time. I wasn't doing anything otherwise, but like, it's tough to like gauge like how much time is like one more gonna take.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, like Tom's got his Dragons, so that'll be good. Like he'll sweep once he gets going, and like I'll sweep if I can get going. It's just a matter of that. So he's like, he focused a lot on like keeping us locked down, controlled, which was great. Except that then, well, now we can't do anything, so our turns take less than a minute, and you're just doing everything you possibly can to get to where you need to, which is fine. But like we know we can do it,
right?
And like. Yeah, like at this point, it doesn't really seem like we're going to be able to like get past it. So, whole long thing, all of this. And then he has the gall, the audacity.
The nerve and the gumption.
All of it to go like, yeah, you know, I was like, yeah, like that did take a while. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I'm like, over here telling, I'm you know, now I'm like, we're going to joke about it.
Right.
because I'm also am venting my frustration, but recognizing that like I'm not holding on to this anger, and that by kind of having a little bit of edge to this joke is a way of me venting the frustration, but also like I'm not. You don't need to like apologize or anything.
Right.
Like we're good, but like I do want to say it. Yeah. And that's a weird thing to explain because it's an unspoken social norm, but I think everyone's on board.
Would you
with
go
it.
so far as to say it's a /HJ?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit, but you get what I mean,
No,
right?
I know exactly
Yeah,
what you
like
mean,
it's hard. Like we never think about it like that, but like that is what it is. It's like
Uh-huh.
okay, yeah. Like sometimes I am a little frustrated, but also
It's a joke with some truth.
It's a joke with some truth because I just want it to be heard. Like I just want to say it without it turning into a big fight. Because like we don't need to fight, but like it's
You
why
need to know that
there's something
what you've done to me.
yeah. There's something fun about Taylor really giving you this nice little heavy-handed cutting comment after a game of Monopoly, and you're like, yeah. And he goes, yeah. I was like, yeah. I'm like, I'm like, you have some gall to tell me that like I'm taking too long. Meanwhile, you're over here like solving the goddamn fucking like Manhattan Project every turn. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I was just fucking with you, right? Like I was just trying to get a rise out of you. And I stopped and I looked at this man and I'm like, that's good to know because it did not feel like it in the moment. And because I wasn't looking at him because I was too busy being stressed about my cards. Right. And like I love him. I think he's great. And he looks phenomenal. He's maintained all of his stuff and he continues working really hard and he's going to get like most likely married to this girl, which is crazy. His life has changed a lot since like October. And he's just like, it was just cheesing. Like he's just kind of dry like that. Like it's not like his delivery was so good. Yeah. But like I also know that he is correct. Like he was just trying to get a rise out of me. Right. Which I would have noticed if it wasn't me he was doing it to. Yeah. So that's what I did yesterday. It was fun. And then I watched that anime I told you about, which was a wild ride. Yeah. And so otherwise, I've been good. I've just been big chilling. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's like interesting that occurred lately. There's a new YouTube video on my channel. There's 2 of them.
I saw them.
Oh, you did?
I didn't watch them, but I saw them.
Yes.
They were in my feed.
The short one is good. I made that for TikTok originally. And then I put music on it and that was bad. So then I just said, fuck it. I'll just re-edit it and not include the music because the music got it like muted. Got it. And then I was like, I'll make it a YouTube short. And then I'm like, I don't know how to upload a YouTube short. Like, there's no button to press to say this is a short.
This is a short.
You have to like cut your existing content.
Oh, I've never done one, so I don't know.
But then
much to YouTube chagrin.
Thank you.
They would love for me to make shorts.
I'm sure.
I wouldn't love to.
Well, make them. Like I don't have a problem with shorts, but like then I'm like, oh, it shows up in the same feed. Like,
yeah, I just wish it was like a little more separated. I don't have a problem with shorts conceptually, but like my content doesn't really lend itself to that in any way other than a preview, which most of the people who would see the short are probably already on the channel, so then they don't really need a preview. I don't know. It's not that it doesn't have its uses, but like
for shorts in particular, I mean, you could like if you were to make like a little like teaser for each one, like you go and post that on TikTok. Like that could probably get you a little more traction, but that's about it.
Yeah, there definitely are things I could do that would like potentially supply my channel with more growth.
I'm starting to work on that stuff.
But unfortunately, I'm complacent with the growth that I have.
You have good growth, and that's fine.
And good girth. Well, I have good growth now. Yeah. There were some dark days.
I know.
But we're doing great now.
That's just
Shit blew up. I don't know what the fuck, not to talk shop, but I don't know what the fuck happened, but like on like April 12th or 13th or something, I got 900 subscribers in a day.
Damn, that's a substantial amount.
It was a fucking crazy day. I don't know what the hell was the impetus, because it didn't land. I'm probably getting the date wrong, but like it didn't land directly on a video release. It was like between releases, and the most recent video that had come right before that right before that that surge did well, but it didn't like blow any doors off or anything. So like it's very odd because like my views are fairly consistent, but my subscribers has been going up, which like no fucking complaints. I'm very happy about it, but I'm like, y'all subbing and not watching. More power to me.
Or like people have just been taking a break maybe, and then also all the new people. I don't know.
It could be beef. I don't know. Yeah. It's going good though, and it's like sickening.
Yeah, I love that for you.
I got fun plans for the future.
Yeah, that's good. I love that for you.
I have all of May and June figured out.
Hey,
because I had other things I needed to do.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's how you do it.
I was like, what if instead we mapped out every piece of content for May and June and a little bit of July? Let's do that instead of the thing that's due today. And it worked great. Except for the thing that was due was late, but
yeah. In the same vein of kind of all that, like Moxie is editing some videos for me. We already did the Prey of the Fallen Gods. Like I don't think I'll play. I don't know if I'll. I don't think I plan on playing that game again. It was just because it was like Moxie's like I just need things to play with, and I'm like, well, like. I would like to like publish more clips and do edits of my content, but I can't sit through my content. Right. And it's not because I don't like it or it's bad, but like I did it.
Lived it.
You understand.
I understand.
It's like we just do the podcast and like watch it again. And it's like all I can think about is what I was thinking about.
Well, I already yeah.
I'm like I can't. Like it's hard.
I will say I have gone back and watched live streams that like it has now been so long that I'm like I genuinely don't remember this. I somehow ended up watching my live stream where I made a cake, and I was like, I don't remember any of this. So I'm like, I said that? Like, not in a bad way, but just like, I have no memory of any of that. Jesus Christ.
I can imagine.
Cheese and rice and
Byron. All that to say, loving some good stuff. But like, I recently have tried some different things, and this culminated in a video I watched this morning. So I got a through line. We got a story. Okay, y'all think I forgot
that line he takes?
I peaked on Friday.
Oh,
yeah.
The audio?
No, my stream. I peaked, and people kept thinking I would forget, and I had to remind them that no, I didn't forget. This is a stream where we peak. This is a stream where you need to call some friends and tell them they get better be in here today.
Okay.
And then I realized at one point, and this is the secret thing that I still remember, I realized that even though I've peaked, from here, I see even higher peaks, and I haven't even gotten close to how far I can get to.
Okay.
The context for this.
I'd love just a morsel of context.
My sister and I went and got tires on Thursday.
Okay.
On Friday.
Okay.
No, on Thursday.
Okay.
On Thursday. And tire experience was wild. The guy never stopped talking.
Well, it's because he's wired.
Yeah.
Because all day long he's working with.
Yeah. So imagine like Moby.
I don't want to.
Yeah, but like grease, like mechanics grease.
Ooh, he's lying.
Kinda, yeah. Like surprisingly good. I got 4 tires on my car, like slightly used, but like again slightly used, for $250 on the car. Considering that my tires were the ones that I bought the car with. Like, I'm like, I've known. And my sister's like, does it drive better? And I'm like, I don't really feel it. It was going in and out of my driveway that I felt the big difference. I'm like, oh, I don't slide. That's fun.
Because these tires ain't bald now.
Yeah. Well, my sister and I were talking, and so I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, I got to bug up my ass on my way home because we had to pass the store. I was like, I wonder what specials they have today at the library for National Reading Day on Thursday, because Thursday the 20th.
Of course, yeah.
And so I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, I don't really like want too much of anything. Like it's not what I would normally read, and I've been trying to cut back as well. I say that as then like they were able to convince me to buy the big volume.
Oh. Encyclopedia Britannica.
An Encyclopedia Britannica, on measurements, like the 1 ounce variety,
of course,
for like $100. And I was like, well, if I get this, I would not need to buy anything,
right,
for probably a good while, because it's the actual paper books. Like it's not an e-reader, which I normally enjoy. It's like
going old school.
You gotta work through the grind.
Smell its pages.
Yeah, you gotta smell the pages.
Right.
And so I go, no worries. It's been a hot minute since I've visited my
local library,
my sister's Rick and Morty stripper bong thing, and I was like, whatever. Yeah. The one that like I was smoking and I coughed and I pooped my pants. Same bong. just in case, you know, to verify for the
anyone
Warner.
Didn't remember.
Update the wiki on that one. Put that reference, that bracket 12 that's hyperlinked is to the podcast where I talk about how I poop my pants.
I believe that episode is called "You Caught 3 Shinies and I Pooped My Pants."
That is correct.
Because I did get 3 shinies.
I've been getting so many shinies. We'll have to.
That's awesome.
We'll, after this, I'm gonna do like shiny
comparison.
Yeah, because like I've got some new ones, and I think you do too.
I do.
The reason for this, and like I normally don't care to talk about, but like it was funny, is that like I was like, I'll just like smoke like one bowl. Like, what's the big deal?
Right.
I thought, I'm like, I got a high tolerance.
Yeah.
I should be fine. Oh no, baby.
Oh.
I smoked one single bowl.
She
Normally,
got
when I have done stuff, I would like, if I were to like do it like before my stream, it's like I like typically like smoke 2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I'm just vibing and chilling, and like I don't know if I like have like done this one in a while, or I had done this strain in a e-reader form.
It was your empty stomach Celsius.
It was my empty stomach Celsius, and I realized like the music for the stream, I had hit go live, I had the music set up, is playing, and I'm like, oh, this is Ian, my girl, for the Sonic remix. I'm like, I don't have much time before, because I know, because I played the songs to get me hyped up, and I'm like, I'm too knowledgeable.
Right.
I'm too knowledgeable.
Too
I'm too well read in this library right now.
Right.
Like I've made a mistake, and it's like not a level. It was this like, oh God, this is too much, akin to like when you're new. When you just get your library card, in a sense, and like you've borrowed a few friends' books, and you're like, whoa. It was like that, which was a very like terrifying feeling in a sense, because I was like, what the fuck just happened? It took me an hour and a half to get through the hellos on my list. And I still forgot a name that was on the list. I'm sorry, Enzo.
Wait, this was your peak?
Well, so the reason, so that's the context.
Got it. Okay.
That is the 90-minute epilogue to what the peak is actually about. Yeah, prologue. Because like, while like the last song is playing, like the Garfield song is about to play, and I'm like, okay, cool. I like suddenly become self-aware, and I'm like, whoa, man, like I'm like, I got like I kind of have like a bit of like a streamer setup kind of going on. Like I got the music playing, people are off in chat, like excited. I got like my lights. I'm like, man, like I'm feeling good. Like, holy shit, like this is pretty cool. I'm like, I'm like a cool ass streamer. And then the other shoe hit of like, I'm a cool ass streamer. Oh fuck. Like, like, yeah, this is my show, but like, fuck, like I'm responsible for everything now. Like, oh fuck. Like, so then the panic starts to set in, and I'm like, this is not good. I'm like,
I'm unprepared.
I'm like, I got to save myself one way. And that is through pure confidence.
That works.
I come in and I go, I want you all to know this is the peak. This is the stream. If you have friends right now that are not in chat, and they should be, you need to DM them now and tell them that they do not want to miss this stream.
Right.
Because I realized that the only way to make the best stream, like aside, like you can either not try and people just think it is,
right,
or an overconfidence level that is so high that like, if I can maintain the bit that like, this is the peak, this is peak. Like everything that's coming out, I'm like, I might as well have cheat codes on. I got unlimited ammunition because I got the funny guns, and they just don't stop coming. Yeah. The hits are unrelenting. Everything that comes out of my mouth is funny. And like, if I say it enough times with enough sincere confidence, it's almost like, yeah, now it is funny, because it's like, you're just fucking crazy. Right. Like, you're just an idiot, but like, also like, this is a disaster that I'm not going to look away from. Yeah. Had a wonderful time. Took an hour and a half to get through the hellos. And the only other part that's funny, it is a type 2 funny.
I love those.
Because I wanted to be that fucking guy.
Okay, work.
My stepsister was over. Okay. Hanging out with my sister and stuff. And at one point, someone, in a wild turn of events for me, a first-time chatter whose first message shows up, because it says first-time chatter. It says, you know, can you like sing a Lady Gaga song? Or like can you, you know, I'd love to see you sing like is it Poker Face? I think maybe it was Poker Face or Bad Romance.
Okay.
Like some random person came in and asked me to sing a song.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, no problem. And immediately pulled it up and like with a lyric video and I started just going. Meanwhile, I know that Ether's over here with like, Odie, you remember that like drawing request that's 21 days old now?
Right.
Like, are we going to get to that? And I'm like, I'm busy. I'm sorry. But
singing.
I drew them a PFP, so it was cool. Sort of. I'm sorry. It took way too long. I'm really bad. Every time I try to draw this thing, I would like fuck up the layers and it was like, it undid everything I did. And I'm just like, I've done this 3 times and I don't know how I keep fucking it up. And like, I'm frustrated. Yeah. And then another week went by. And then I kept thinking, I got to get this back to them. You got to upload your video.
I do. Normally I don't do them on Sundays, but this one's special.
So I start singing this Bad Romance song and then.
Like you do.
Mm-hmm. And then about halfway through, and I'm belting it. I'm living my fucking life.
Work.
My sister opens the door. And I don't hear it.
Okay.
And very akin to when my father was here, I'm in the middle of doing something silly, and I look in the in my preview here, and I see my sister's pregnant belly, and I see my stepsister in the hallway, and I'm just like, she's doing it to me again. You're embarrassing me. You like you're coming in here without me knowing. Right. So like I paused the song and I talked to them for a bit and I ended up having a 20-minute conversation with my stepsister. Like both aware they're like we're live, but also like I'm fucking gone. Like I'm out of control right now. I'm like, we're gonna have so in the middle of this Lady Gaga song, in the middle of this cover, there's a 20-minute like period where it just all of a sudden is like I'm having a deep turned away conversation like with my stepsister about like kind of some family stuff, like catching up and just like kind of both of us kind of venting. I'm like, okay, well, like, love you. Like I could tell she was trying to go and I'm like, I gotta let her go. I need to like stop responding, but it's hard. It's like, I know that we're all trying to exit the conversation. Right. But like, we gotta find the way to do it. It's like, I'm trying to work on it. It's hard. But being aware of the problem is a good first step. She then leaves and shuts the door and I go, and I have this thought of, what if I just hit unpause and just finish the song as if nothing happened, just to be that bitch? Like, I'll address it, but like, and in my head, I really was like, because what the reaction I really want is I wanted you to go, are you fucking serious? This fucking guy. Because like, of course, this drama king would have to like, have this whole emotional breakdown and be like, anyway, back to what we were doing, keep finishing the song. So I did, and that's exactly like what happened, and it was great. It came out well. I felt very confident. Only thing that sucks that I realize, and I think I don't really know how to fix it, but I think I want to know how to explore to fix it, which is now no longer relying on desktop audio, but like certain browsers, is that like anytime I'm singing along to the songs, I am off by like a half second. Oh, right. Because there's a delay, but like I hear it immediately and like the stream doesn't. So like, I'm like, do you guys always listen to me sing off? And they're like, yeah. Okay, yeah. And they're like, it's fine though. Like, it's not too bad that like, but it's not fine. Not fine.
It's not fine and they know it.
Yeah. And they should know it.
And they should stop lying about it.
You're right. But yeah, it was a good sign. And like, the only thing that I was like, I'm losing the plot on everything. But one thing I would not, like, out of nowhere, much like your grandfather or any man, sorry, I know it's topical, but just like,
no, I'm just curious where this is going.
The energy of a dad or uncle who's like, anyone tries to come up on me, like, and try to take my guns away, like, I'll shoot him dead. Oh my God. In that level of just nobody asked, level of arrogance, like, we'd be like, yeah, like, anyway, like, I know we got to finish the hellos, but like, I want you guys to know. Y'all thought I forgot, but I haven't. This is the peak. Mm-hmm. This is the peak. I haven't forgotten. You guys always think I forget, and I do, but not this time. I'm remembering this, and I somehow did keep that, like, the storyline of it like that. Yeah, yeah. And the crux of this, the finale before we go to Shiny Time, is that
Shiny Time. When is it?
When is it? A friend of mine happened to text me that she was a little red.
Okay, work.
Someone who normally doesn't, and I was very genuinely surprised. And I was like, I'm like, oh, I do want to like give her a call and check on her, just make sure she's okay. Also,
are we good? Are the books too heavy?
Is she good? Are the books too heavy? But also, like, What an opportunity.
An opportunity
to have a little funny haha talk.
A little book club.
Exactly.
Give each other a book report.
A little. Have a little BJ, a little book job. Oh, it's funny. Anyway, I'm like, I probably should call her, but I'm like, the whole point of the stream was Friday night funnies, media share.
Right.
So 3 hours into stream, I remember we're supposed to do media share. So let's get media share out.
Oh, my camera froze for a second.
I then did a bit where I'm like, oh, we're going to go to like BRB or ending, like, ha ha ha. And then like people are like getting hyped in chat. They're like, someone should redeem in the stream. What if they did? And I'm sitting there going like,
yeah, do it.
They don't know
that
I actually would love to end the stream, because I thought, how fucking funny would it be that we're finally there. We're finally going to watch the media share funnies. And then it's just, nope, that's end stream. But then Hot Dog redeemed it. And I went, you beautiful, beautiful bastard. I'm so proud of you. And so her little, like, if you end the stream, you get a little, like, you're a fucking stream ender. If someone says your name, Zuki, like, talks shit. Yeah. But it's like, you know, Hot Dog was a warrior and, like, had the strength that had the strength to do what needed to be done when I couldn't. That's like, I respect it. Because it is. And then, like, they redeemed it, and I'm like, of course. You got it, boss. Find someone to raid. And I'm like, yo, we're done. And I ended the stream, and, like, it was great. So it was a good time. You make the best of it, you know?
Every time I see Hot Dog's name, I just think about the story of the sweat rat guy.
Yeah. What's up, Hot Dog?
I just can't stop thinking about it. It's so good. I mean, it's a really, like, it's a type 2 fun story.
No, of course. Yeah.
I don't even know if it's type 2 fun for Hot Dog, but it's, like, incidental type 2 fun for me.
Hot Dog says it very nonchalantly. Yeah. And matter-of-factly.
At peace with it seems.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't have to have fun, but it doesn't mean it's not fun.
Yeah.
That's on God.
That is. Yeah. That's God's fault. And people should say it.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh.
Gotta be recovered there. Oh. I might have just said a hate crime in Florida. That was.
Hey, Stinky. No off-topic questions.
Have you gotten any good Pokemon Go shinies?
I can't remember what I got. Hold up.
I think I had the 2 hatch for me the other day.
And then that same day or the day after that you had hatched your 2, I hatched a shiny Togepi.
Oh, that's
which was great because the community day was Togetic, which I thought was so weird because then like you're starting in the middle. You know, like I would have expected it to be a Togepi community day, just like it's like a Bulbasaur community day, not an Ivysaur community day.
Well, I think Togetic also, so Togepi would need to have like the little Sinnoh Stone to evolve as well. And so I wonder if the reason they did Togetic is so that, like, you can't necessarily get the Togepi shiny, but like it's going to be less expensive to evolve it because
I would agree with that,
except it's wrong.
But on the last community day, they did Slowbro, and as a way of making it so it would be easy to turn it into Slow King, they like basically just literally gave out like the King Crown things. Like it was literally like if you catch 5 Pokemon, you get a King Crown.
Like so you have a lot of opportunities. I'm drowning in King's Rock. Like I don't need it.
So they could have like done a similar thing. But either way, it doesn't matter because like like the thing is like shiny Togepi, cute. Like that little like, you know, rosy blushy kind of color. Cute. Everybody after that, you can barely tell the difference. Yeah. It basically like turns the white cream and then that's about it.
Yeah, that is about it.
I was happy to have the Togepi. I almost never get Sierra. I get
Cliff.
Nope.
Arlo.
I never
get Arlo.
I get Arlo every freaking time.
I'll get Sierra like 80 times. It's Cliff that I could never get.
I could never get Sierra. I was stuck on that because they do like the...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like right now there's a quest.
Where you have to get all of them. Yeah. Because they're always like redoing like the Giovanni thing and having him have a new Shadow Legendary. Every time I can't get fucking Sierra, she won't show up. Oh, Elite Raids. Regidrago is coming. I mean, I gotta explain. What do you mean it's Regidrago? I'm playing Pokemon Go, guys. I'm so sorry. What is there to talk about? I have no words. Okay, so long story short, I missed these things so much. And again, not because of the caffeine. And I very much appreciated the comment and the recommendation of the Great Value Blue Raspberry Soda. And it was good. It was good. But it was also different. And then when I got to have one of these again, I was like, oh, my old friend, how I missed you. So yeah, that's that on that.
That was weird, but not bad.
What? Oh, you pissed at the bottom?
I pissed out the bottom. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, like I kind of had to pee, and I'm like, what a perfect opportunity.
Why not?
Yeah.
What a chance.
God
it's
bless.
different.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. Different.
It felt like less secure, but then I'm like I had to stop for a second. I'm like, wait, let go.
Yep.
I'm like, it's already where it's at.
He's right there.
You know, sometimes you don't need to aim. The reason you have to aim is because you're resting your balls on the waistband, my guy.
That part.
And they've tried to tell you.
That part.
Oh, man.
I caught a shiny, what's the purple cloud stuff? Why can I not? Shadow. Got a shiny shadow Larvitar.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
So now I have a shiny.
God damn it! Fuck you.
Tyranitar.
God, I hate you.
And it's a lovely time.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Oh yeah. I finally, this was a while ago, but I finally hatched a shiny Pichu.
Oh, how
I had
cute.
never had.
Really? I
Which is
had
crazy.
hatched one too. Funny enough.
Yeah, I hatched one, so then I finally got to make my shiny Raichu.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's so cute. Looking at like my shiny boys that I got recently. I got a Kecleon finally.
Work.
I got the shiny Bunnelby just on my morning walk.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Into I named her Express. Because I always try to like come up with a nickname, and sometimes it's
Right,
like
in the
whatever comes up. Like some of my shinies have some like names. Like when Brandon and I kept having to go to Home Depot because we kept fucking up the glass to fix Tyler's window when she was moving out of her house.
Yeah.
I caught a shiny Tauros, and I'm like, I'm at Home Depot.
He's a green boy.
Yeah, his name's Randy.
Of course.
Yeah.
How could he not be?
I caught this the other day. I don't remember. Did I hatch him or did I? Yeah, I was caught during timed research, I guess. So it was a research reward.
Oh, okay.
But I got a shiny Trubbish. And I named him All Men.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah, right. Like it's actually like a lot cooler than I thought it would be.
Because they make him look like a little black trash bag.
Mm-hmm. And then I think I sent you Snaptrap, but like the shiny, which I hate. I hate Stunfisk. I'm so tired of Stunfisk. Like a Galarian Stunfisk in particular.
The shiny though is like it's not bad.
It's fine.
It's fun just because it's at least slightly different.
No, I did get the shiny Regice from the Shadow Regice from the dude from Giovanni.
Giovanni. Yeah, I got a shiny Regice, not the Shadow one, but when it was around for raids. The very first Regice I caught was shiny, and I didn't even realize at first because it is
The same.
almost identical. And then I was like, oh wow, I actually have the shiny.
Jazzercise, my little Hitmontop.
I have one too.
Oh hell yeah!
I have a little shiny Hitmontop. My one of my pride and joy, pride of place on the mantle. My shiny Giratina.
God, that's so pretty. That's a really really good shiny.
I did so many fucking Giratina raids to get that because I was like, I need the shiny because
But-
he's blue.
I just found like shiny fucking Conkeldurr named Eric.
Oh my god. And I have one too.
Because you have mine, I think.
Yes, and then I caught one. Bizarrely, I caught one that was like, now I can give it back.
Hey.
A different one, actually. I didn't get to give it the same one. But you understand. Ooh, when I was able to shiny Primal Kyogre, it was so good.
Oh.
Because then he looks good. Well,
Yeah.
no, Kyogre always looks good. I also did shiny Primal Groudon, and that makes him look good because shiny Groudon looks like...
Yeah, he's like highlighter. There's an appreciation. I just realized if you do shiny and you're sorting it by time, you can see all of your like historically like the order you got them in, and I'm like, that's right.
Oh yeah.
My biggest shame is the gift shiny Eevee. I didn't know about the names, and I'm like, I'll just evolve it, not thinking it's Arizona. It was caught August 24th, 2019. That's a hot day. I do remember I was at work when I got my shiny Centrit.
Hell
and I
yeah.
think I texted you and Tyler. I'm like, I finally got it because you guys like, she was getting a couple, you have gotten some, and like
It was a shiny period. We were killing it.
Have you noticed that in Pokemon Go?
Yes.
That like sometimes it's like you'll get
There's something in the air.
a handful of shinies, and then you won't get any for a good while. Oh yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any like bangers in here.
I'm so proud of my shiny Ditto.
Oh, I'm so envious. That's good.
I got him on April Fool's Day
That's good.
last year or the year before. I can't even fucking remember.
I caught a shiny Patrat.
Yeah,
And evolved it into
I
Watchog,
remember it,
and
yeah.
like I just realized I'm like, technically it's a female, and I named them Jerome because it looks like they got the little green safety vest.
Do you remember when you gave me Dusted?
I do. I think about Dusted all the
I love
time.
Dusted.
He's so good.
He's such a nasty little boy.
Randy.
Hell yeah.
Looks sick.
I have a shiny Minin, so I'm like, I need a shiny Plusle,
You should.
which
That's
doesn't
good.
look very different, but I need it because I have the one and they're a pair, and I need him.
Au pair. Yeah. This is probably my best shiny that I've ever gotten is Mr. Slap, who is my Hariyama, who like use. He like my current, like the team that will auto load for most things, because it pretty much almost always works, is Mr. Slap, Magnezone, EE, because both of his moves are electric, and I edited the names so that I could know what fucking attacks they are, because the recommended teams are just on typing.
Yeah.
And then one of my Tyrannitars, because like they slap. Oh, my Gardenia.
Do you remember?
I remember him.
My Sceptile.
I do. Oh my god, my shiny Ralts I got once, blue, which is, but like she really shines in the Mega Gardevoir, where she then gets the black dress.
Yes.
And then, you know, the shiny Rapidash is always just a good one.
I don't have a shiny Rapidash, but I have a shiny Galarian Rapidash.
That one's also good, but it's not the same.
My oldest shiny, the very first shiny that I ever got. That's actually not true. The very first shiny I ever got was the I got the shiny Rhyhorn, but that was before you were supposed to be able to get them. So then it pushed an update to my phone and it made him not shiny, which was great. But yeah, my oldest shiny is also probably my favorite shiny of all time, and it's my shiny Weezing.
That's good.
I love him. I love him dearly. That's probably my favorite Pokemon.
You were very stoked when you got him too.
I was.
It
was one of my late night walks back in the day.
Yeah. I have Farto here. And like with the Mega Evolve, watch the little animation.
Yeah,
he just creeps in. I didn't even know that.
Oh, does it do that for all the Megas?
Maybe. Ooh, I have a shiny Celebi named Cerebi, and I'm like, oh yeah, it was an event.
Yeah, me too.
Which like is not a problem. I don't. Those types of shinies are good.
Oh yeah, it does it puts him in the bag. I have my shiny Swish and Spit, where he has a Mega now.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is probably one of my favorite shiny Pokemons is shiny Ninetales.
That one's beautiful.
Right?
Gorgeous.
Like just like a genuine, just like no, like that's like that looks like a legendary almost. Like,
it does.
Got that good shit.
Good Pokemon. Good Pokemon.
I have Wampus. Yes! I didn't even know.
Hell yeah.
So funny. Wait, I need to use some Amber Candy, but I have a shiny Kadabra that I named Yuri because I thought that was funny.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I have my little Gabby. She's a little Galarian. And then Shredder. With Roggenrola. And then Easter.
I got that boy.
You got that boy. Ah, so good.
I have that boy.
Envious. He's not in the raid rotation anymore, is he?
Not right this second. He'll come back. They always do. But
I'm not too worried, but I am like annoyed that I'm like, I wish I would have prioritized that more.
yeah, it took a lot to get him, but I was like, I don't care.
Sometimes it's like work. Like it's demotivating when you're like, I'm just in it for the shiny, and like it's just not coming.
The one that took the longest to get was literally the
Giratina.
But I was like, I don't care. I'm not stopping.
Yeah.
I was trying to get one of both forms because they were running both forms at the same time. But then I only got one of that form, but that form's cooler anyway, so it's fine. I can't remember which one's which in name, but it's all good.
In name only.
Oh yeah.
Trainer in name only, Tino.
Oh no.
Oh,
What?
So I told you I've been walking lately, right? And Pokemon Go has like their whole like, you know, you walk 5 kilometers, you get some rewards. You do 25 kilometers, you get rewards. And then there's one for 50. Like, it goes till the 24th. Oh, that's tomorrow.
Better walk.
Fuck. I'm at 40.4 kilometers.
Oh.
Right? Now I'm like, do I walk more to try to get it? Because I think you have to, do you have to walk with your buddy for it?
No.
I don't know.
No, you just have to walk. Because I never walk with my buddy, and I get those. I only ever get like the lowest level usually.
Yeah.
Like actually.
Because you're not like walking. You're not walking over here.
I don't usually walk around outside.
No, how about that?
And it doesn't really, like, it does not count to cardio as walking.
Yeah.
Because you're not moving. I mean, you're moving, but you're not.
Yeah.
You're not geolocationally moving, so it can't.
Oh, yeah, if you're in place, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's the opposite for me. I'm like, no, like, I don't have to run. I can just walk. And I actually I realized I could do it because, like, Josh had asked me, he's like, how far do you walk? And I'm like, I don't know. Because I just, like, keep snaking around. Like, I'll go up to that park. I'll, like, snake around there for a bit. And then I'll, like, just snake in the neighborhood, depending on, like, how much time I have and what I want to do. Yeah. So now I realized after I'd walked a bit that I'm like, oh yeah, I can just start a walk. Because like if I run, it'll like ask me to start, but you have to choose to start a walk. And so I'm like, I'll start doing that. But today I walked 1.23 miles, which I'm like, cool. I'm like, I'm not going for distance, but it's just kind of nice to see. Well, that one I did because I was like, I want to make sure I hit my one, and then we'll go from there.
He's going for speed.
Yeah, I don't know. I also weighed myself recently, which I don't normally do. And I was 200.9 pounds, which is good. Which is, I'm used to being, I think in January when I was tracking it like once a week, it was like 209.8, 210.5, 211, 209, you know, like right around there. Like, I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. Like I've always been about, I shouldn't say always, like my more like lately in the last few years, like that kind of like, okay, you just kind of sit there, you're balancing out at like 210. It was very surprising just because I'm like, I haven't necessarily like had a drive to like do that. And I also like the last time that I was like 200 flat, like, you know, just in like at 200, not 201 or below 200 was when we did keto. And like, I was under 200 because I was not eating. And I was like, I did keto out of a 7-Eleven, which was like, we got to do a snack because like it was hard. Well, it wasn't that it was hard. It was hard and I didn't know how to do it in a better way. And I didn't want to try to do it in a better way. And like, we all had our, you know, we all have our demons,
we've all been
but also, like, it's like, you don't maintain it. You don't hold it off. But like, I'm just like, oh, I'm like, look at me. I got a few compliments and I'm like, there's progress. I'm like, it's all in the walk. You start walking every day. You would have fucking done
walking. It really does, like, not to be trite, but it really does make such a difference. So, I mean, like, the difference of going from a job where you're, like, standing all day to an office job, night and fucking day. Just, like, the act of standing and walking, but literally even just standing, it's just, it does so much.
What I have to do for my job is I leave my desk set up at my standing desk up high because I'm like, one, it's better for me just because like I walk around and pace all the time. So it's easier to like do that instead of like sit back down. And on days where like my legs hurt, so I'm like, cause you know, squats or whatever. Right. And I will sit. I'm like, I'm not going to get anything done. Yeah. Cause I'm sitting. Yeah. And it's like, oh, cause it's like, I'm kind of antsy. So I could do this.
You got air to your pants.
So. So.
I'm not gonna lie, it feels like it's been like 5 hours.
Yeah, we can be done, and then next week.
It's been good, having fun. Yeah, but like it also, I kept looking down, I'm like, it's only been an hour and a half.
Yeah, me too. Just now, actually, but also I feel like this has been like quality.
Yeah, great episode.
So like, not to toot our own horns.
I'm in a good mood.
I'm in a great mood,
and I think it shows.
I was not in a good mood all day today, and like, I was like, no, I'm like, no matter what, I'm like, I want to have a fun time. Like I called my dad back on my way over here and he goes, I'm like, yeah, he's like, hey, you didn't hear from you this morning. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I'm just kind of like busy. I was like, I didn't know when you were going to be done with your thing this morning. And I'm like, I also don't know what the vibe was on that. So I'm like, you know, I'm kind of like hesitant to where like, okay. And I'm like, I kind of got some stuff going on. And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, Dad, I'm like, I have some stuff. Like, this is what I am upset about, but also like, I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm like, I can talk about it with you later. He goes, yeah, you know, I love you so much. You know, you're such a good kid. I'm like, Dad, I need you to stop talking about this because like I already made it look like I haven't cried today. So like I know like this is still related. This is all related to the same thing. I need you like, Dad, I will talk to you later. Yeah. And he goes, okay, I love you, bud. And I'm like, thanks. Like very sweet, but I'm also like, those sweet things I don't want to hear right now because they're gonna make me. This is not the moment. This is not the moment.
This is not the moment.
Not the moment.
It's not the vibes.
Damn.
Stop. Yeah. It's the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Did Josh send you that?
No.
I'll show you afterwards.
Okay. I'll have to. I watched that Halo video that he had sent.
Which one?
Well, I guess it was like someone like they had made a mod for Halo and like they were showcasing all of it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you watched that one all the way. It was the one that he had sent, and then like I think Brandon and I were like, we should play that.
Oh yeah, Cursed Halo.
Cursed Halo, yeah. Or maybe you said it. Yeah, like I actually.
No, Josh sent it. I'd already seen it because like
it actually looked fun. Like it actually looks cool. I'm like, we never really like do any stuff like that often. I'm like, but we should. It'd be fun. It's tough. There's so many things to do, and you never know what to do.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. Like one thing I've done recently, is I've recently been giving in to my urges. Okay. Which sounds hedonistic. Yeah, playing the edge. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mastering my craft.
What is it? What was the... It's been playing the edge, surrendering to your passions,
yes,
wasn't it? You've been surrendering to your passions.
So I've been trying to, like, as I've become more, like, mindful of myself and, like, see things like... One big thing I've come to realize is, like, I hold myself back. Mm-hmm. And I have figured out why. I'm not going to go into it because positivity and also it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things where like you can know the answer. Like I know the answer. You can tell me the answer, but it's like I still have to figure out how to get to that answer inside for it to make a difference.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, just so you all know. And so one thing I was like, okay, well, how can I start instilling more confidence in myself? Because really what you need to do is remove some of that, like, what's the word? Insecurity. Mm-hmm. About those things. And a lot of that, like figuring out what it is and then doing it. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to start, like, there was like a day. Yeah, I talked about this. Like, it started with that day where I texted you, what do you wear into the movie? Yeah. Where I was like,
yeah, we talked about it for Super Mario.
Yeah, I'm like, anything that I want to do, like, I'm just going to, like, go with it. Because I've realized there was like a day, like 2 days ago, where I was like, yeah, I'm like, I want to play this. I want to watch this. I want to do that. And I'm like, I only did those things for a little bit. And I'm like, you know, sometimes when I have these urges and it feels like I want to do these things, sometimes it's like avoidance, but it's like, I was like, well, I'll just go with that. Let's just see where like just going with every thought goes, which is, you know, I would say analytically is instead of being super indecisive and never doing anything and all of a sudden just your days just blow by and you've done nothing. Right. But don't worry, you stressed out the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Very relatable. Like,
oh, yeah.
You know, it's why like, it's like, I hate talking about like why I haven't done stuff because it's like, I know why. I'm like, it is not for a lack of want. It is just I physically cannot start it. It is hard. Like I've built it up too much. So it's like, well, let's go to the opposite end and like uninhibit yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, go full hedon and like go, well, just whatever. And I started to realize, oh, like, yeah, like I want to play this. I'm like, okay, I played for a bit and I'm like, yeah, I'm not really like, I kind of want to play something else actually. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, like I'm glad I at least like entertained it. I like scratched it so it would go away. And I got up this morning. I was going to put on my headphones for my morning walk because I normally don't. But then I was like, no, I'm not going to. Maybe I should have. Maybe I wouldn't have cried as much if I didn't. But I don't know. It was a lot. I'm still processing that fucking anime. It was a lot. Like it was like it's weird how it just keeps coming into my head and I'm
Stuff
like,
will get you.
It's those dynamics where I said, oh yeah, and this, and you're like,
Didn't like
that stuff is like. It makes you not able to process it correctly because it's like this is weird.
It's like I don't like that.
I don't like it, but also I'm fascinated. Like that's the worst part. I'm like this.
Oh yeah.
I saw a video from Dr. K today where he's talking about like like why you have like struggled to follow through on things and how to fix it. And I'm like okay. And he talks about how it was very interesting as someone who's already been kind of doing some work. I'm like I think I know what he's gonna say, and I was like mostly right, and I was like I'm on the right track, which is like you gotta urge serve. So like there are people, type A people, or just those people that are like I want to do this thing. They can just
hop on top.
They just are doing it. Like Brandon, for example, is a good Brandon to
Often.
me is a good example of like
Yeah.
Brandon and Taylor both like they want to do something like they're gonna do it and like stick with
They're
it. Or
absolutely that way with work.
whatever. Yes,
Yeah.
which I guess is more so how I see them. Like the small hobby stuff, I don't see as much.
Yeah.
Because it's Brandon. Comes and goes in waves, but that's also how we all are.
Yeah.
So we get it. But like in particular in work, I get something I admire about them both. Like they're both like,
Yeah.
no, like we're all in,
Go-getters.
let's go. Go getter. And like for everyone else though, it's like, well, you get really excited, you get motivated, but then like
The reality hits.
the reality hits and you're not as interested. By the time you got everything for it, by the time you get going, like you don't have a mentor to like lead you on or whatever, and you're just like, and you just would rather do something else. And like, so Dr. K was talking about, he's like, so what that is like your body has like lots of urges. And so it's like, what we'll do is like, we have those urge to like do something else. And we'll be like, no, we need to like, our brain doesn't want us to like do the activity. Like I want to start doing yoga. You start doing yoga and you have a day you don't want to do yoga. You're like, no, I have to do yoga. And so you force yourself to do it. And like the whole time you hate doing it and you don't want to do it. And that actually like almost hurts you more.
Right.
Because like, now I don't even want to have to go through all of that again. Versus like recognizing that like you'll get urges and sometimes it's good to just like follow up with them, but it's also important to like go, okay, I have this urge to do this thing, like do I really want to do it, or am I just like trying to like distract myself? Like what about it do I really like if you stop and like let yourself think about the urge, and you can kind of try to surf over the edge of the idea of like it's hard to do at first, so you just want to try like a little bit and don't beat yourself up, like you just got to keep trying, is like you'll be able to stay on task or like stay motivated to do your thing, because you'll realize, do I really want to do it, or did I want to do it, scratch the itch, and like 10 minutes later like I don't care anymore, the thought's gone, I'm on to something else.
Yeah.
And so like it sounds straightforward, but like when you start to like think about it in your actions, like he's even like, take note of how many times you like had an urge to like click off a video or like get distracted. He's like, not that I'm judging you, but like because it'll be important at the end, where it's like, think about those, like what were you thinking about in those times? Why didn't you like, did you wanted to finish the video, you're hearing this, but like why did it take you that long? It's like being aware of your own behaviors can like is one of the coolest things I've realized. Like remove the shame aspect of all of it, because we all carry heavy shame, of course. If you don't shame yourself, who in the hell
How
else?
the hell you gonna shame somebody else? Can I get a name?
Amen. You right. And that's it. But like that's like kind of like he's like, just if you try that, like he's just being aware of it. Like it's like it just like with everything, I'm like, it's so tough to do something if you don't have any information. Like one thing that I kind of realized I got to do for myself is I'm like, I got to be my own mentor a little bit, or I can also reach out to people, because I'm like, I was talking with a friend, they're like, yeah, like you do great, like you actually like like inspired a lot of people to like start stuff, and I'm like, it's really cool, it's awesome. I don't personally, I'm like, I don't think I have it all figured out, but like I'm glad, like inspiration. I'm sure you feel very similarly, very similar comments. And like it is nice, like that like people like ask me questions like, hey, how do I get started? And like a lot of times it's like, well, use this program, use this. I'm like, but honestly, if you haven't done the thing yet, go ahead and do it once, but go in knowing that it's going to be the worst. Like get over that it's going to be the worst. And then like, you're going to learn a lot just by actually doing it. And then once you've done it and you have some experience, you'll be able to ask me better questions that I can advise you on. Because when it's like, I want to like start streaming, I'm like, okay, like, any advice for me? And it's like,
Turn on the camera.
Yeah. Like it's so much easier to give more targeted advice than just general. Cause it's like, well, I don't necessarily know. Cause when I was trying to learn to stream, I watched videos, like 45-minute long videos with 113 tips and like advice, and like all of it's great, but like none of it has as much meaning if you haven't done those things.
Right.
Yeah. You get excited. So there's that. And then like kind of realized, I'm like, one thing that kind of sucks is like, it's great that like I could be there and like I could help people. I'm like, I don't have a mentor. Like, closest person I have to a mentor is you, but like I have come to realize, like when I first started, it was similar, just in that like I don't know
Person
at all.
on the internet
Stuff, and then it's like, yeah, no, like you live stream, but like the few live streams that you do are very different, just all the way around. And like I'm like, sometimes I would be like, man, like how does Rick just like figure all this shit out, man? Like why can't I be like that? And I'm like, do I ever write things? I'm like, I don't like doing that. It's not fun, so I don't need to do that. Also, like, you know, I got to put Rick on the spot for something. Like, he's not always ready. No. So, like, you know, it's fine. And, like, that was crazy for me to, like, actually, like, get over it. Because, again, all this shit goes on in our heads. Yeah. Like, I'm sure the shit that I stress about that I'm like, man, like, Rick Eric just like, judge the shit before it. You're just like, man, I'm just, like, really stressed out about, like, you know, something completely unrelated that has nothing to do with anything. It's like, oh, yeah, like, I didn't care. Like, no, like, and not like I don't care about you. Just like, no, like, that wasn't even on my radar. And, like, in a good way. Like no, I just didn't even, the thought never even entered my head. That's crazy. And, like, you know, we'll just, a little bit, just be good. But it's a good year. I wore the yellow underpants this year. I worked hard for that, and it's a good year. Even in Strife, there's good ones. And I got good caffeine now.
And I can drink caffeine.
Kind of almost lost your legs at one point.
But that was last year.
Was that last year?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That was November. November was when I almost lost the ability to walk, but that's okay because now I have it. And that's all because of the underwear.
Mm-hmm. Is that your quirk?
My underwear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can wear a different color underwear and it'll change your year?
Mm-hmm. Okay. But I can only use the quirk once a year, so it's little.
Yeah.
You know, I got to really try to, like, 5-year plan myself. What do I think is going to happen in 2023?
Yeah. I don't know. It's been a pretty good year. Well, depending on how, I feel like interpersonally, it's a really good year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, like, this is a good growth year.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you start to really think about it, I'm like, this is a really cracked pain.
Yeah, broadly, some awful shit's happened. But, like...
Absolutely. Downright diabolical, quite frankly.
Will. And clearly they will. But, you know...
Like, they have. And they will continue.
They continue to.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. You understand.
You understand.
I understand.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Everyone's just like, where's the growth? Where's the growth? And I'm like, It's in here. It's in there. It's at Hollister.
It's in my Kokoro Hollister.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's coconuts.
My coconuts. You can put it in your mouth.
No. Yeah.
Except don't put my coconuts in your mouth. They're for me.
Yeah.
I don't.
You're allowed to have them.
I don't like nipple stuff. We've talked about this.
Yeah. I'm not a big nipple stuff guy. For me, my nipples.
Right. Not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me.
If I play with your nipples, I can't feel what you feel, so it's fun.
If you play with my nipples, neither of us are happy.
No. Unless.
No, neither of us are happy.
I'm like, hey, can I come over and play with your nipples? And you're like, I gotta close the
little door.
Close the little door.
These are for me time.
This is.
They're not for any time.
Close the little door.
We close the little door on the titty.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The titty window is closed. I'm sorry, sir. The titty window is open from 12 to 1. And then we are on a lunch from 1 to 2. That is your fault if you did not plan correctly.
Here's my question. How do we have to censor it in order to have the title of this video be The Titty Window is Closed?
The Tibby window?
The Tibby window is closed. That's a good one, yeah. For Tibby.
That's going to be great.
Activia.
Ooh, Activia. This is definitely one of those, like, all cats are cats.
Yes.
This is a good
Or
vibe.
it's right there at the end. You got to hang in there. The Tibby window is closed.
The Tibby window is closing. I think we should be able to record next week.
Okay.
And then I should be back. I mean, yeah, it'd be Sunday. I'll be back. I have not planned my route back yet.
Yeah.
And I need to. And, like, I am going to because I will feel more better about it if I actually, like... I know I could just figure it out. Like, stay at a hotel. I could get home in 2 days. But
yeah,
I should be back by Sunday. So I might be fucking dead tired, but...
We'll figure it out.
We'll ditch the last bit.
Yeah.
But, okay. You good?
Y'all get what you get, and you can't throw a fit.
I mean, you can, but like...
if you do, put it in the comment section
so
and make sure that they replies to one another so that they're boosted.
You understand.
You understand.
Mm-hmm. And then next week will be a questions and package week. So,
yeah.
Because we have a little bit of a stockpile, so...
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I got to pee, so you want to end?
Bye, losers.
Piss!